Ladies and gentlemen, something extraordinary is on its way to you. It may not look like it now, perhaps your world seems quiet or even chaotic. Yet within the unseen fabric of life, your blessing is being woven. Your task is not to worry, not to chase, not to beg. It is to prepare yourself as if you already hold the gift in your hands. This is the secret: the blessing is never late. It arrives when you are aligned with it, not a moment before or after. Feel the joy of having it now. See yourself smiling, embracing the fulfillment of your heart's desire. Don't allow doubt to creep in, for doubt is the only barrier. Faith, unwavering and serene, is the key that unlocks the treasure chest of life. You may wonder, how will it happen? But hear this truth: the how is not your concern. Your role is to declare it done, to believe it deeply, and to step forward with confidence. In the quiet hours of your day, turn inward. Use the power of your imagination. See the moment when you receive the blessing, feel the emotions, hear the words, taste the victory. That moment you create within is the seed, and the harvest is certain. As you go about your days, live with gratitude. Act as though you are already in possession of the very thing you desire. Gratitude accelerates the process. It is the language of abundance. The more you give thanks, the more you open the door for blessings to flow into your life. Unexpected blessings often come disguised. What seems like delay or disappointment might be the very path leading to your miracle. Trust in the divine process, for it knows no failure. Prepare yourself, beloved, because your unexpected blessing is not just coming, it is here. It is waiting for you to align, to believe, and to receive. In the quiet recesses of your mind lies the secret to transforming your life. The thoughts you entertain, the emotions you nurture, and the beliefs you hold all weave the fabric of your reality. It is not the outer world that shapes you, it is your inner state of being that dictates the experiences you encounter. What you dwell upon within your mind will inevitably manifest outwardly, for your consciousness acts as the seed from which all creation springs. Consider this: everything you experience today was first a thought, a feeling, or an assumption within you. This is the unchanging law of life. The external world, as solid and real as it may seem, is merely a reflection, a mirror of the state you consistently occupy within yourself. When you allow worry, fear, or lack to dominate your thoughts, you are unknowingly sowing seeds of those very experiences into the fertile soil of your reality. Conversely, when you choose to dwell in a state of gratitude, abundance, and joy, you are cultivating a life rich in blessings and fulfillment. Assuming the feeling of your blessing as if it has already arrived is not just wishful thinking, it is an act of profound creation. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. To your subconscious, the feelings you evoke are the reality. By embodying the emotions and sensations of already having what you desire, you impress this truth upon your deeper mind, setting in motion the unseen forces of manifestation. To live in the state of already having your blessing requires deliberate practice. Begin by clarifying your desire. Be specific, not necessarily about the details, but about the essence of what you wish to experience. Is it peace, abundance, love, or success? Once you know this, shift your focus inward. Imagine the scenario in which your desire is fulfilled. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Feel the emotions it evokes: joy, relief, gratitude, or excitement. Allow those emotions to fill every corner of your being. For example, if you desire financial freedom, imagine the sensation of holding an abundance of money in your hands or seeing your bank account overflowing. Feel the relief of no longer worrying about bills. Let the freedom of choice and the security of wealth wash over you. As you do this, your body responds as though it is already true. Your heart rate may change, your breathing may deepen, and a smile may naturally appear. This is the state of being in alignment with your desire. Maintaining this state requires consistency. It is not enough to feel it once and then revert to old patterns of lack or doubt. Each day, revisit the feeling. Strengthen it, amplify it, and make it a natural part of your inner world. This is not pretending, it is rehearsing your future reality. Just as an actor becomes the role they play, you too can embody the state of your desired life until it becomes your identity. Doubt and fear will inevitably arise. The mind, conditioned by years of external influences and limiting beliefs, may resist this new way of thinking. It may whisper questions like, "What if it doesn't happen?" Or, "How can this be true?" When these thoughts appear, do not fight them. Acknowledge them as remnants of your old self. Then gently redirect your focus to the feeling of your fulfilled desire. Remind yourself that your inner state, not external circumstances, is the true cause of your experience. This practice requires faith, not blind faith in some external power, but faith in the law that governs creation. Trust that the feelings you consistently embody will crystallize into your reality, just as surely as seeds planted in fertile soil grow into plants. You do not need to know how it will happen. Your role is simply to hold the state of being. The how is orchestrated by forces far greater than your conscious mind can comprehend. Over time, you will notice subtle shifts. Perhaps opportunities will arise, synchronicities will occur, or new ideas will come to you. These are the first fruits of your inner work. Embrace them with gratitude, for they are evidence that your blessing is taking form. Stay committed to your inner state, even if the outer world does not immediately reflect your desire. The process of manifestation is often gradual, but it is unfailing. As you continue to assume the feeling of your blessing, you will discover a profound truth: the joy and fulfillment you seek are not dependent on the external manifestation. They are already within you. By living in this state, you are not only attracting your desire, but also transforming your present moment into one of richness and meaning. Your state of being is the key to creating a life of limitless possibilities. Assume the feeling of your blessing now, and let your inner world overflow with the reality you wish to experience. Trust in the process, for the world you desire is already yours. It simply waits for you to align with it. In the rush of daily life, it is easy to get caught up in thoughts of the future. You may find yourself searching for signs, clues, or validations that your desires are on their way. The longing for reassurance can consume your thoughts, drawing your focus away from the most powerful resource you have, the present moment. What many fail to realize is that everything you need, everything you seek, is already here, planted in the fertile soil of now. Your blessing, the one you yearn for, is not a distant dream. It exists within this very moment, waiting to unfold. The present moment is not just a fleeting point in time, it is the eternal now where all creation happens. The future, as you perceive it, is nothing more than an extension of this moment. It is shaped by the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you hold right now. When you constantly look ahead, searching for signs or questioning the timing of your blessing, you shift your energy away from the creative power of the now. In doing so, you delay the very manifestation you desire. Imagine a seed planted in the earth. The seed contains within it the potential for a beautiful plant or a towering tree. It does not need to seek assurance from the future about its growth. It simply exists in the present, nourished by the soil, water, and sunlight. Your desires are much the same. They are seeds planted within your consciousness. The conditions for their growth are not found in the distant future, but in your ability to nurture them in this moment with faith, trust, and unwavering belief. When you stop looking to the future for signs, you free yourself from the bondage of doubt and impatience. You no longer need to question whether your blessing will come or when it will arrive. Instead, you settle into the knowing that it is already unfolding. This knowing transforms your perspective. You begin to see that life is not happening to you, but through you. Your thoughts and feelings in this moment are the forces shaping the reality you will experience. To embrace the power of the present moment, start by recognizing that everything you need to feel fulfilled already exists within you. You do not need external validation to confirm the truth of your blessing. It is enough to feel it, to trust it, and to live as though it is already yours. This does not mean you ignore the world around you or dismiss the practical steps required to achieve your goals. Rather, it means you align your inner state with the reality you wish to create, knowing that the outer world will eventually reflect it. Your blessing is not waiting for the right time to appear. Time is an illusion, a construct of the mind. The only time that truly exists is now. By dwelling in the present moment, you align yourself with the frequency of your desire. You shift from a state of lack, where you are waiting and yearning, to a state of abundance, where you are grateful and assured. This shift is the key to manifestation. It is the difference between hoping for a blessing and knowing it is already yours. When you focus on the now, you also open yourself to the subtle signs and opportunities that the universe presents. These may not always look like the grand gestures or unmistakable signals you expect. Sometimes they are quiet nudges, fleeting ideas, or seemingly insignificant coincidences. When your attention is rooted in the present, you are more attuned to these moments. You recognize them for what they are, the universe guiding you toward your blessing. Patience becomes effortless when you live in the present. You understand that there is no need to rush or force outcomes. Just as a farmer does not dig up a seed to check its progress, you do not need to scrutinize or doubt the process of your manifestation. You trust that the forces at work are bringing your desire to fruition in perfect timing. Your role is simply to maintain the inner state of alignment, to continue nurturing your blessing with faith and gratitude. Let go of the habit of waiting for your life to improve in the future. The idea that happiness, fulfillment, or success is always somewhere ahead of you creates a perpetual sense of lack. Instead, find joy in the realization that your blessing is already here in essence. It may not yet be visible in its entirety, but its presence is undeniable. Feel it, celebrate it, and act as though it is already a part of your reality. This moment is all you have, and it is all you need. Within it lies infinite potential, the power to create, and the assurance of your blessing's arrival. By anchoring yourself in the present, you become a co-creator with the divine, shaping your life not through force or impatience, but through trust and alignment. Your blessing is not something you need to chase, it is something you receive when you embody its reality in the now. Faith is the unseen force that shapes and brings life to all that we desire. It is the quiet, unwavering assurance that what you seek is not only possible but already yours. Yet for many, faith is often weakened by doubt, uncertainty, and the fear of disappointment. This internal conflict creates resistance, preventing the realization of one's deepest aspirations. True faith, however, requires a steadfast belief in the unseen, as though the outcome you desire is already a reality. It is the invisible bridge between the intangible realm of thought and the tangible world of experience. To hold faith without doubt is to align yourself with the certainty of creation. Imagine for a moment that the life you dream of is not something to be attained, but something already granted. Picture your desire as a finished masterpiece, stored safely in the vault of the unseen, waiting to be revealed at the perfect moment. When you hold this perspective, you step into a state of calm assurance. You no longer question when or how your desires will manifest, because you trust that the process is already in motion. Faith does not rely on external evidence. It thrives in the absence of proof. To demand signs or visible progress is to reveal a lack of belief in the power of the unseen. Consider the farmer who plants a seed in the ground. He does not dig it up each day to check its progress, nor does he doubt its ability to grow. He simply waters it, nurtures it, and trusts that in time it will sprout and flourish. Faith operates in the same way. It requires you to act and think as though your desire is already accomplished, even when no visible signs suggest it. Doubt, on the other hand, is the enemy of faith. It is the voice that whispers, "What if it doesn't happen?" or "Maybe this is too good to be true." When you entertain these thoughts, you send conflicting signals to the universe, disrupting the creative process. Doubt introduces hesitation where there should be conviction, delay where there should be flow. To overcome doubt, you must recognize it for what it is: a fleeting thought, born from past conditioning and fear. It holds no power unless you choose to give it attention. The key to cultivating unwavering faith is to live as though your desire is already fulfilled. Begin by immersing yourself in the feeling of having what you want. Close your eyes and imagine the scene of your fulfilled desire in vivid detail. See yourself living the life you envision. Hear the sounds, feel the textures, and experience the emotions as though they are happening now. This practice is not mere daydreaming, it is an act of creation. It impresses the image of your desired reality upon your subconscious mind, which then sets into motion the events necessary to bring it into being. Faith also requires persistence. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when circumstances seem to contradict your belief. In these moments, remind yourself of the power of faith. Recall times in your life when things worked out unexpectedly, when what seemed impossible suddenly became possible. These memories serve as proof that faith, when held steadfastly, has the power to transcend limitations and bring the unseen into the visible. It is important to understand that faith is not passive. It does not mean sitting idly by waiting for your desires to materialize. Instead, faith inspires action. It moves you to take steps, no matter how small, that align with the reality you are creating. These actions are not driven by fear or desperation, but by confidence and anticipation. When you act from a place of faith, you are saying to the universe, I trust that this is already mine, and I am ready to receive it. Faith also teaches patience. Just as the seed takes time to grow, your desires may not manifest. This does not mean they are not on their way. Trust that the timing is always perfect, even when it does not align with your expectations. Impatience is often rooted in doubt, while patience is a natural byproduct of faith. When you hold faith without doubt, you find peace in the waiting, knowing that the outcome is certain. Faith is a choice. It is a decision to believe in the power of the unseen, to trust in the process, and to act as though your desires are already a part of your life. It is a bridge connecting the world of imagination and thought to the physical world of experience. By holding steadfast belief in the unseen, you open yourself to limitless possibilities. You become a co-creator with the divine, shaping your reality with intention and certainty. The journey from desire to fulfillment begins and ends with faith. It is the foundation upon which all manifestations are built. When you hold faith without doubt, you step into a realm of infinite potential, where the impossible becomes possible, and the unseen becomes visible. Let your faith be unshakable, and watch as your life transforms in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Imagination is the starting point of every creation. It is the invisible blueprint from which your reality is constructed, the foundation upon which all experiences rest. Everything you see, touch, and encounter in the external world was first conceived in the inner realm of thought. It is through imagination that the seeds of creation are planted, nurtured, and eventually brought to life. This is the great truth of existence. What you vividly imagine and feel within your heart shapes your experiences. To harness this truth is to become the architect of your destiny. When you imagine your blessing, you are not engaging in idle fantasy. You are participating in the process of creation. Each thought, each vision, each emotion you cultivate within your mind serves as an instruction to the unseen forces that shape reality. These forces do not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. They respond solely to the energy you project. Therefore, the key to manifesting your desires lies in your ability to imagine with clarity, to feel your blessing as though it has already arrived, and to embody a state of gratitude for its presence. Imagination is more than visualization, it is a full body experience. To truly create, you must engage all your senses. See your desired reality in vivid detail. Hear the sounds that accompany it. Feel the textures, the warmth, the weight of it. Smell the fragrances and taste the sweetness of your fulfilled desire. Most importantly, connect with the emotions it evokes. How would you feel if your blessing were already here? Would you feel joy, relief, excitement, or peace? Whatever the emotion, allow it to fill your heart and overflow into every cell of your being. This emotional connection is the magnetic force that draws your imagined reality into existence. Gratitude amplifies this process. When you express gratitude for your blessing as though it is already yours, you affirm its reality. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from longing to fulfillment. It is a declaration of faith, a statement that you trust in the unseen and believe in the certainty of your creation. Imagine yourself waking up each day and thanking the universe for the blessing you have envisioned. Feel the warmth of gratitude washing over you, reinforcing the knowing that what you desire is not on its way but already here in essence. Clarity is another essential element of imagination. To create effectively, you must be precise about what you want. Vague or scattered thoughts produce vague or scattered results. Take the time to define your blessing with detail and specificity. What does it look like? How does it feel? How does it enhance your life and the lives of others? When your imagination is clear, it acts as a focused laser beam, directing the energy of creation toward a singular goal. Doubt, fear, and conflicting thoughts can undermine the power of your imagination. When you allow these negative emotions to take root, they cloud your vision and disrupt the creative process. To counteract this, you must guard your thoughts and remain steadfast in your vision. Whenever doubt arises, return to the image of your blessing. Reaffirm your belief in its reality. Remember that your imagination is the blueprint and that the unseen forces of creation are always at work, aligning circumstances and events to bring your vision to life. The process of imagining your blessing also requires consistency. It is not enough to envision your desire once and then forget about it. Just as a blueprint must be referenced repeatedly during construction, your imagined reality must be revisited and reinforced daily. Dedicate time each day to immerse yourself in the feeling of your fulfilled desire. Treat this practice as a sacred ritual, a moment to connect with the divine power within you. The more consistently you align with your vision, the more rapidly it will manifest. Imagination transcends the limits of the physical world. It allows you to bypass the constraints of your current circumstances and step into the realm of infinite possibilities. Through imagination, you can rewrite your story, reshape your identity, and transform your life. The external world is merely a reflection of your inner state. When you change the blueprint within your mind, the world around you must change to match it. Many of the world's greatest achievements began as a single act of imagination. From towering skyscrapers to groundbreaking inventions, from personal triumphs to profound moments of love and connection. All were first conceived in the minds of those who dared to dream. You possess the same creative power. The only limits are those you impose upon yourself. Trust in the process. Know that what you vividly imagine and consistently feel within your heart must come to pass. The universe is your collaborator, responding to your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with perfect precision. By imagining your blessing with clarity and gratitude, you set the wheels of creation in motion. Hold your vision firmly, nurture it with love, and allow it to unfold in its perfect time and way. Your imagination is the blueprint of creation. Use it wisely and watch as the life you envision becomes the life you live. Detaching from the how is one of the most liberating and powerful steps in manifesting your desires. It requires you to let go of the need to control every detail and trust in the unseen forces that orchestrate all creation. Often we cling tightly to the specifics of how our blessings should arrive, attempting to micromanage the universe. This approach not only creates resistance but also limits the infinite possibilities available to us. True faith lies in releasing this control and allowing the divine timing and methods to unfold naturally. When you desire something deeply, it is natural to imagine pathways through which it might come to you. However, this focus on the how can become a trap. By trying to dictate the exact circumstances, people, or processes that must occur, you narrow the field of possibility. The universe operates with a wisdom far greater than our human understanding. It knows the best, quickest, and most harmonious way to bring your blessing forth. By clinging to specific expectations, you may unintentionally block more efficient or miraculous routes from manifesting. Detachment from the how does not mean you abandon your desire or stop taking inspired action. Rather, it means you release the anxiety, fear, and doubt that arise from trying to control outcomes. It is about trusting that your intention has been received and that the forces of creation are already at work on your behalf. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. You do not dig it up daily to check its progress or try to force it to grow. Instead, you water it, ensure it has sunlight, and trust that it will sprout when the time is right. The same principle applies to your desires. For trusting the process requires a shift in focus. Instead of fixating on the mechanics of how your blessing will arrive, place your attention on the feeling of having already received it. This emotional alignment is what draws your desire to you. When you are preoccupied with the how, your energy becomes scattered and tense. But when you shift to a state of trust and gratitude, you create an open and receptive energy that allows blessings to flow effortlessly into your life. Releasing the need to control how does not mean adopting a passive attitude. On the contrary, it frees you to act from a place of inspiration rather than fear. When you trust that your blessing is already on its way, you become attuned to subtle nudges and signs that guide you toward the next step. These moments of inspiration are the universe's way of aligning you with your desire. They often come unexpectedly, in ways you might not have imagined. By remaining open and flexible, you allow these opportunities to unfold naturally. Detachment also requires patience and faith in divine timing. Often we become impatient when we do not see immediate results, questioning whether our desires will ever materialize. This impatience stems from a lack of trust and a focus on external evidence rather than internal certainty. Remember that the universe works in its own perfect timing, orchestrating countless factors behind the scenes. What may seem like a delay is often a necessary part of the process, ensuring that everything aligns in the most beneficial way for you. To cultivate detachment, practice surrender. Surrender is not a sign of weakness, but an act of profound strength and wisdom. It is the acknowledgement that you are co-creating with forces far greater than yourself. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desire, it means releasing your grip on the outcome and trusting in the process. It is saying to the universe, I trust you to bring this to me in the best possible way. Detachment also involves releasing fear and doubt. Fear arises when we focus on potential obstacles or imagine worst-case scenarios. Doubt creeps in when we question whether our desires are even possible. Both emotions create resistance and signal to the universe that we do not fully believe in our power to create. To counteract these feelings, remind yourself of times when things worked out unexpectedly or beyond your wildest dreams. These moments are evidence of the unseen forces working on your behalf. Another way to detach from the how is to practice mindfulness and presence. When you are fully immersed in the present moment, you are not consumed by thoughts of the future or the mechanics of manifestation. Instead, you are free to enjoy the journey and appreciate the abundance that already surrounds you. Gratitude for the present opens the door for even greater blessings to flow into your life. Detaching from the how is an act of liberation. It frees you from the mental and emotional burden of control, allowing you to experience greater peace, joy, and alignment. It affirms your trust in the process and your belief in the infinite intelligence of the universe. When you release the need to control how your blessing will come, you open yourself to miracles. You step into a state of flow where things unfold effortlessly, often in ways that exceed your expectations. Trust in the unseen. Know that your blessing is already on its way. Let go of the how and embrace the magic of allowing. The universe is your partner, working tirelessly to bring your desires to fruition in the most perfect and divine way. Gratitude is one of the most transformative forces in existence, capable of shifting your energy, your perspective, and ultimately your reality. It is not merely an emotional response to what has already been received, it is a deliberate state of being that aligns you with the frequency of abundance. By expressing gratitude now, even before there is tangible evidence of your desires manifesting, you activate the process of creation. Gratitude is a powerful signal to the universe that you are open, receptive, and ready to receive more of life's blessings. When you express gratitude for what is already unfolding, you acknowledge the unseen forces at work. Manifestation is not an instantaneous process. In most cases, it involves unseen alignments, divine timing, and the orchestration of events. By giving thanks ahead of time, you affirm your faith in this process. You shift your focus from lack or longing to fulfillment and joy. This shift in perspective is crucial because it changes your vibrational state. The energy you emit becomes one of abundance and satisfaction, which naturally attracts more of the same into your life. Gratitude is more than a thought, it is an emotional experience that connects you to the essence of your desire. Imagine for a moment the feeling of receiving what you deeply wish for. How would it make you feel? Excited, peaceful, overjoyed, or relieved? Now realize that you can access those feelings right now without waiting for the external evidence. By immersing yourself in the emotional state of gratitude, you align with the very frequency of what you wish to manifest. The beauty of gratitude is that it dissolves resistance. When you are focused on what is missing or how far you still have to go, you create tension and block the flow of abundance. Gratitude, on the other hand, opens the floodgates. It is an act of surrender and trust, a declaration that you believe in the goodness of life and its ability to deliver your desires. It says to the universe, I trust you. I know that all is well and I am thankful for what is unfolding. Practicing gratitude does not require waiting for grand, life-changing events. It begins with the small, everyday moments. Look around you right now. What can you appreciate? The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the comfort of a favorite chair, the sound of laughter, or the opportunity to dream and create. These seemingly ordinary blessings are proof of life's generosity, and by recognizing them, you train your mind to focus on abundance. This habit of gratitude then extends to your larger desires, creating a powerful momentum that accelerates their manifestation. When you give thanks in advance for what you wish to receive, you create a vibrational match with your desires. Gratitude bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. For instance, if you are seeking financial abundance, begin by appreciating the money you already have, no matter how small. Feel gratitude for the roof over your head, the food on your table, and the opportunities before you. As you cultivate this gratitude, you shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of wealth and prosperity, which naturally attracts more resources into your life. Gratitude also strengthens your connection with the present moment. Often we become so fixated on the future that we overlook the richness of the now. But the present is where all creation begins. By being fully present and thankful for what is, you create a fertile ground for your desires to take root. Gratitude anchors you in the here and now, reminding you that everything you need is already within your reach. Gratitude is a multiplier. The more you express it, the more you find to be grateful for. This is because gratitude changes your perception. It shifts your focus from problems to solutions, from obstacles to opportunities, and from lack to abundance. As you practice gratitude, you begin to see life through a lens of possibility and wonder. This positive outlook not only uplifts your spirit but also influences your actions and decisions, guiding you toward paths that align with your highest good. To incorporate gratitude into your manifestation practice, start each day by giving thanks for the blessings in your life. Write them down or speak them aloud. Include both what you have already received and what you are in the process of creating. For example, I am so thankful for the opportunities flowing into my life. I am grateful for the abundance that is already mine and for the ways it continues to grow. As you do this, immerse yourself in the emotions of gratitude. Let it be more than words. Feel the joy, the peace, and the excitement of knowing that your desires are already on their way. Carry this feeling with you throughout the day and return to it whenever doubts or fears arise. Gratitude is your anchor, a constant reminder that you are supported, loved, and abundant. Gratitude is not just a practice, it is a way of being. It transforms how you see the world, and how the world responds to you. By giving thanks for what is already unfolding, you step into a state of flow where blessings can arrive with ease. Trust in this process. Know that your gratitude is a powerful force, aligning you with the frequency of abundance and opening the doors to a life filled with joy, prosperity, and fulfillment. In conclusion, the power to manifest your desires lies within you. By embracing the principles of belief, imagination, gratitude, detachment, and faith, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities of creation. Each step reminds you that your state of being, your trust in the unseen, and your unwavering focus on abundance shape the reality you experience. Trust the process, let go of resistance, and allow the unseen forces to guide your blessings into your life with divine precision. Your blessings are not far away, they are already unfolding in perfect timing. By living in a state of gratitude, imagining the fulfillment of your desires, and releasing the need to control the how, you create an energy of alignment and flow. Faith, without doubt, bridges the gap between what is invisible and what becomes visible, transforming your dreams into tangible reality. Thank you for allowing these words to inspire and guide you. May they empower you to trust in the unseen, embrace the present, and know that your blessings are already yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a moment in life when you realize that not everyone is rooting for you. Some smiles hide envy, and some words conceal daggers. As we step into 2025, let me tell you this: your silence can be your greatest shield, and your discernment can be your sharpest sword. Let's talk about 7 things you should never share with anyone this year. When you share your dreams too soon, you invite opinions, doubts, and distractions. Keep your plans close to your chest. Work quietly and let your results do the talking. Money has a way of making people act strangely. Whether you're climbing out of a hole or sitting on a fortune, keep your finances private. The world doesn't need to know. They say move in silence and execute loudly. Let them see the action, not the blueprint. Keep the element of surprise on your side. Every family has its battles, but not every battle needs an audience. Protect the sanctity of your home by keeping its struggles private. People are quick to exploit vulnerabilities. If you're facing fears or flaws, face them in private or share them with someone who's earned your trust. Love thrives in privacy. Don't let the outside world meddle in your union. Guard your relationship like the precious bond it is. If you're helping others, do it quietly. True giving doesn't need applause. The impact you create is your reward. 2025 is your year to rise, but you must rise wisely. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Remember, this silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Privacy is not isolation, it's empowerment. So step forward boldly, but speak cautiously. Keep these 7 things close and watch how your life transforms. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, there is an unparalleled strength in keeping certain aspects of your life private. Privacy isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. It's a fortress that safeguards your dreams, ambitions, and vulnerabilities from the probing eyes of the world. When you hold your cards close to your chest, you maintain a level of control that others can't penetrate. The less people know about you, the less power they have to influence, manipulate, or sabotage your journey. Think about it. How many times have you shared a plan only to feel the sting of unsolicited advice, doubt, or outright negativity? Sometimes even the most well-meaning individuals can project their fears or insecurities onto your vision, diluting your confidence. It's not that people are inherently malicious, it's that they see the world through their own lens, a lens that may not align with your clarity of purpose. By keeping your intentions to yourself, you create a protective bubble where your ideas can thrive without interference. Privacy also cultivates mystery, and mystery is a powerful tool. When people don't know your next move, they can't anticipate it. They can't prepare to block it, nor can they undermine it. Instead, they are left guessing, and in that guessing, you gain the upper hand. It's not about secrecy for the sake of secrecy, it's about strategy. Every great achiever understands the importance of timing and discretion. They unveil their plans at the right moment, ensuring maximum impact while minimizing the chances of opposition. Privacy nurtures your energy. When you refrain from sharing everything, you conserve the mental and emotional resources often spent explaining, justifying, or defending your decisions. This saved energy can be redirected toward action and execution, the very elements that bring your goals to life. Sharing prematurely can dissipate your focus, leaving you drained before you've even started. Silence, on the other hand, sharpens your resolve. It allows you to stay rooted in your purpose without the noise of external opinions clouding your path. In a world where social media encourages constant exposure, the act of keeping something to yourself can feel radical. We live in an age where validation is sought through likes, comments, and shares, but true validation comes from within. The satisfaction of working quietly toward a goal and achieving it without fanfare is unmatched. It's a reminder that your worth isn't tied to public acknowledgement, but to the substance of your efforts and results. Privacy also safeguards your relationships. Not every detail of your personal life needs to be a public spectacle. When you share too much about your struggles, triumphs, or even your partnerships, you open the door for opinions, judgments, and interference. People may start to feel entitled to comment on your life even when they have no real stake in it. By keeping certain aspects of your relationships private, you protect their sanctity. You allow them to grow organically, free from the weight of external scrutiny. Beyond relationships, privacy shields your vulnerabilities. Every person has fears, doubts, and insecurities. When you broadcast these to the world, you expose yourself to exploitation. Not everyone will use that information kindly, some may weaponize it against you. But when you keep those parts of yourself private, you maintain a sense of security. You can work through your challenges on your own terms, seeking support only from those who have earned your trust. There's also an element of dignity and privacy. It speaks to your self-respect and your understanding of boundaries. When you choose not to share every detail of your life, you're signaling that your life is valuable, that it's not up for public consumption. This self-contained approach earns respect, as it demonstrates maturity and self-assurance. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and restraint, qualities that are amplified by the art of keeping certain things private. Privacy is a form of freedom. It frees you from the expectations and judgments of others. It allows you to live authentically, guided by your own intuition and values rather than the shifting opinions of the crowd. In that freedom lies true power, the power to shape your life as you see fit, unencumbered by the noise of external influences. So as you navigate the complexities of life, remember the strength in silence. Cherish the mysteries you keep, for they are your treasures. The less people know, the less they can control. And in that space of privacy, you find clarity, focus, and the unyielding power to be the master of your own destiny. Dreams are fragile creations, delicate like a newly budding flower. They emerge from within, often in moments of quiet reflection, sparked by a yearning for something greater. When a dream is born, it's not yet strong enough to endure the storms of doubt, criticism, or skepticism. It needs nurturing, care, and time to grow into something resilient. The reality, however, is that not everyone will see your vision as you do. Not everyone will understand it, respect it, or support it, and that's why you must protect your dreams fiercely. Your vision is deeply personal. It's a reflection of your aspirations, values, and purpose. It's something only you can fully comprehend because it's been shaped by your unique experiences and inner desires. Yet, when shared too openly or too soon, it becomes vulnerable. People, even those with good intentions, may not grasp its significance. They might unintentionally diminish it with careless words, questioning its practicality or viability. They might overlay their own fears onto your dreams, asking, "Are you sure this is realistic, or what if it doesn't work out?" These seeds of doubt, once planted, can grow into obstacles that hinder your progress. It's important to remember that others are not obligated to see your vision clearly. They are not walking your path or carrying the same passion in their hearts. What feels like a life-changing mission to you might seem trivial or unattainable to them. That's not a reflection of your dream's value, but of their limited perspective. People often project their insecurities onto others, not out of malice, but because they lack the courage to chase their own dreams. If they can't envision greatness for themselves, how can they recognize it in your aspirations? Protecting your vision requires discernment. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Share your dreams selectively with people who have proven themselves trustworthy and supportive. Look for those who uplift and encourage rather than criticize and tear down. Even then, keep in mind that your dream's most important guardian is you. It's your responsibility to shelter it from negativity and distractions until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Keeping your vision private also allows it to develop without interference. When you share too soon, you open the door to external influences that can alter the original purity of your idea. Everyone has an opinion, and those opinions can cloud your judgment. You might find yourself second-guessing your instincts or trying to please others by adjusting your plans. This can dilute the essence of your vision, making it less authentic and aligned with your true purpose. Time is a crucial factor in nurturing your dreams. They need patience and quiet effort to grow. Just as a seed planted in the soil needs time to sprout and bloom, your vision needs time to evolve. During this phase, it's vulnerable to external conditions, much like a seedling exposed to harsh weather. The more you protect it, the more it can flourish without unnecessary setbacks. Work quietly, diligently, and with unwavering focus. Let your actions, not your words, pave the way towards success. Another reason to safeguard your dreams is the competitive nature of the world. There are those who, upon hearing your ideas, might seek to replicate or undermine them. Not everyone will respect your originality. Some may try to discredit your efforts or take shortcuts to achieve what you're working hard to build. By keeping your vision under wraps, you eliminate the risk of it being prematurely revealed, misunderstood, or stolen. Protecting your dreams also fosters a deeper connection to them. When you keep them close to your heart, they become a source of personal motivation and inspiration. You're not seeking external validation or approval, you're driven by an inner fire that's uniquely yours. This self-reliance strengthens your resolve and keeps you aligned with your purpose even when challenges arise. The beauty of this approach is that when the time is right, your dream will speak for itself. It will no longer be a delicate idea needing protection, but a tangible reality that stands as a testament to your dedication. By then, it won't matter who doubted you or failed to understand your vision. What will matter is that you believed in yourself enough to see it through. Protecting your vision isn't about secrecy, it's about strategy. It's about recognizing the value of your dreams and treating them with the care they deserve. It's about staying true to yourself and refusing to let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your intuition. Big dreams are delicate, but with the right balance of courage, patience, and discretion, they can grow into something extraordinary. Energy is one of the most valuable currencies you possess. It fuels your actions, shapes your mindset, and determines the quality of your life. Unlike money, energy cannot simply be earned back once spent. Every ounce of emotional, mental, and physical energy you expend leaves a mark on your overall well-being. This is why guarding your energy, your time, focus, and emotions is essential. It's not just about protecting yourself, it's about directing your energy toward the things that truly matter. Time and energy are intertwined. Every moment you spend is a transaction, an exchange of your finite time for something, an experience, a task, or an interaction. The question is, are these transactions worthy of the energy you're investing? Too often, people pour their energy into things that drain them, be it toxic relationships, meaningless arguments, or pursuits that offer little return. Recognizing the value of your energy means being intentional about how and where you spend it. Think of your energy as a treasure chest. You wouldn't leave your treasures unguarded, accessible to anyone who walks by, would you? The same principle applies to your time and emotions. Every time you allow negativity, distractions, or unworthy causes to consume your energy, You're giving away pieces of yourself that could be better spent on building your dreams, nurturing meaningful connections, or simply enjoying life. Guarding your energy begins with understanding its limits. You are not an endless reservoir. Your energy requires renewal and care. When you overextend yourself, giving too much of your time to others or spreading yourself thin across too many commitments, you run the risk of burnout. This depletion affects your ability to think clearly, make decisions, and maintain emotional stability. Protecting your energy means saying no when necessary, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being. Emotions, in particular, are a critical part of your energy. They shape how you perceive the world and how you interact with others. But emotions can also be hijacked. When you let anger, frustration, or resentment consume you, you're spending valuable emotional energy on situations that often don't deserve it. For instance, holding grudges or engaging in arguments might feel justified in the moment, but they rarely lead to meaningful outcomes. Instead, they drain you and leave you with less energy for things that bring you joy or progress. Protecting your energy also means being mindful of the people you allow into your life. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Some individuals lift you up, energize you, and inspire you to be your best self. Others drain your energy with negativity, criticism, or selfishness. It's important to recognize these dynamics and adjust accordingly. This might mean limiting your time with certain people, or in some cases, cutting ties altogether. Your energy is too precious to waste on relationships that don't serve you. Distractions are another significant drain on your energy. In today's world, it's easy to lose hours scrolling through social media, consuming news that provokes anxiety, or engaging in trivial activities that offer no real value. These distractions may seem harmless, but they chip away at your focus and leave you feeling scattered. Being intentional about your time means eliminating distractions and directing your energy toward activities that align with your goals and values. Whether it's pursuing a passion, building a career, or spending quality time with loved ones, these are the things that truly enrich your life. One of the most profound ways to protect your energy is by practicing self-care. This isn't just about physical health. Though that's important, it's about creating space for rest, reflection, and renewal. Whether it's through meditation, exercise, or simply taking time to be alone, these moments of self-care replenish your energy and prepare you to face life's challenges. They allow you to show up fully for the things that matter, rather than dragging yourself through the motions. Treating your energy as currency means valuing yourself enough to invest wisely. It's about understanding that every decision, every action, and every interaction has a cost. When you spend your energy on things that align with your purpose, you create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. When you waste it on negativity, distractions, or unworthy causes, you deplete yourself and limit your potential. So guard your time and emotions like treasures, because that's exactly what they are. Be discerning about where you invest your energy, and don't be afraid to pull back when something doesn't feel right. The more intentional you are about preserving your energy, the more you'll have to spend on the people, passions, and pursuits that truly matter. And in that, you'll find not just success, but a sense of peace and fulfillment that is priceless. Silence is one of the most underrated and underused tools of power. In a world filled with noise, constant chatter, and relentless distractions, silence can be transformative. It's in the quiet moments, the pauses between actions, that clarity emerges. When you learn to embrace silence, you unlock the ability to focus, reflect, and channel your energy toward meaningful achievements. Speaking less and listening more creates space for deeper understanding. In conversation, silence allows you to truly hear what others are saying, not just their words, but the underlying emotions and intentions. Many people feel the need to fill silences with words, fearing that quiet moments might signal discomfort or weakness. However, silence can be a position of strength. When you resist the urge to speak unnecessarily, you cultivate an air of mystery and confidence. Others may lean in closer, valuing your words more when you do choose to speak. Silence is also a tool for self-preservation. Words once spoken cannot be taken back. They can be misinterpreted, twisted, or used against you. By speaking less, you reduce the risk of giving away too much, whether it's your thoughts, plans, or vulnerabilities. People who overshare often find themselves entangled in unnecessary conflicts or drained by trying to justify or explain themselves. On the other hand, those who practice discretion and let their actions speak louder than words maintain their energy and focus. In moments of silence, you find clarity. The noise of the external world can easily cloud your judgment, making it difficult to distinguish between what truly matters and what's merely a distraction. When you step back and embrace stillness, your mind has the opportunity to process thoughts, organize priorities, and make sense of complex situations. Silence acts as a filter, allowing you to separate the essential from the trivial. This clarity extends to your goals and aspirations. When you quiet the noise around you, it becomes easier to connect with your inner self and understand what you truly want. Too often, people are influenced by external opinions, following paths that don't align with their authentic desires. In silence, you can reconnect with your core values and recalibrate your direction. You can hear the whispers of your intuition, guiding you toward decisions that resonate with your purpose. Silence isn't just about the absence of noise, it's also about the presence of intentionality. When you choose to be silent, you're not just refraining from speaking, you're making a deliberate choice to conserve your energy and focus it where it matters most. This intentionality fosters discipline, which is essential for achieving success. It's easy to get caught up in the habit of reacting to everything, but silence teaches you to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. In professional settings, silence can be a game changer. Leaders who master the power of silence often command respect and authority. They don't rush to fill the room with their opinions, but instead listen carefully, assess the situation, and speak with precision. Their words carry weight because they are deliberate and thoughtful. By contrast, those who talk excessively can come across as unprepared or insecure. Silence, when used strategically, can amplify your influence. Silence cultivates resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and not every battle needs to be fought with words. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence in the face of negativity, criticism, or provocation demonstrates strength and composure. It sends a message that you're in control, unshaken by external forces. This restraint can diffuse conflict and protect your peace. Silence also creates room for growth. In the quiet moments, you have the opportunity to learn and absorb new knowledge. By listening more and talking less, you open yourself up to insights and perspectives you might have missed otherwise. This continuous learning fuels your personal and professional development, allowing you to achieve more over time. Silence fosters deeper connections. When you truly listen to others without interrupting or rushing to respond, you show respect and empathy. This builds trust and strengthens bonds. Conversely, speaking too much or dominating conversations can push people away, creating barriers instead of bridges. Silence invites intimacy, allowing space for meaningful exchanges and mutual understanding. Silence is a form of power that doesn't rely on external validation. It's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you don't need to prove yourself with words. Your actions, focus, and results become your voice. This kind of power is unshakable because it's rooted in self-assurance and clarity. In a noisy world, silence stands out. It's a rare and valuable skill that allows you to navigate life with intention and purpose. By speaking less and embracing quiet moments, you gain clarity, build resilience, and amplify your ability to achieve. Silence is not weakness, it's strength in its purest form. Trust is one of the most precious commodities in human relationships, yet it's also one of the easiest to misplace. It's the foundation upon which strong connections are built, but it's not something that should be handed out freely. Trust, like respect, must be earned. Being discerning about who you allow into your inner circle isn't just a matter of caution, it's an act of self-preservation and wisdom. At the heart of trust lies vulnerability. When you trust someone, you expose parts of yourself, your fears, dreams, weaknesses, and strengths. This openness makes trust a double-edged sword in the right hands. It can nurture growth and connection, but in the wrong hands, it can lead to hurt and betrayal. This is why it's crucial to be intentional about who you place your trust in. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. There are people who will take your trust and cherish it, using it to support and uplift you. But there are also those who may exploit it for their own gain, whether intentionally or out of carelessness. Learning to differentiate between the two types requires observation, patience, and a willingness to set boundaries. Trust isn't built overnight. It develops gradually through consistent actions and behaviors that align with words. Someone who genuinely values your trust will demonstrate integrity and reliability over time. They'll show up when they say they will, keep their promises, and respect your boundaries. These seemingly small actions are the building blocks of trust, and they reveal a person's character far more than grand gestures or empty words ever could. Being discerning about trust doesn't mean closing yourself off from the world. It means recognizing that your energy and emotional resources are limited and precious. Allowing just anyone into your inner circle dilutes the quality of those connections and opens you up to unnecessary risks. By being selective, you create space for relationships that are meaningful and reciprocal, where trust is both given and earned. One of the most important aspects of discerning trust is listening to your intuition. Often your instincts can pick up on subtle cues that your conscious mind might overlook. If something feels off about a person or situation, it's worth paying attention to those feelings. Intuition isn't about being paranoid, it's about being attuned to the signals that help protect you from harm. At the same time, it's important to understand that trust is not static, it can be lost or broken. Even someone you've trusted for years can make mistakes or betray your confidence. While forgiveness can be a part of healing, rebuilding trust takes time and effort from both parties. It's a process that requires accountability, transparency, and a willingness to address the root causes of the breach. Being discerning also means recognizing that trust is not a one-size-fits-all concept. You may trust different people with different aspects of your life. For instance, you might trust a friend with your emotional struggles, but not with sensitive financial matters. Understanding these distinctions helps you manage expectations and avoid unnecessary disappointments. It's equally vital to be aware of how you extend trust in professional settings. In work environments, misplaced trust can have significant consequences, from damaged reputations to missed opportunities. Trusting someone in this context requires not only assessing their skills and reliability, but also their intentions and alignment with shared goals. When you're careful about who you collaborate with, you create a foundation for success rather than vulnerability. Another critical aspect of discerning trust is understanding your own boundaries. Trusting someone doesn't mean giving them unlimited access to every part of your life. It means allowing them into certain spaces where they've proven themselves worthy. Clear boundaries protect both you and the relationship, ensuring that trust is nurtured rather than strained. Discernment shouldn't turn into cynicism. It's easy to become jaded after experiencing betrayal or disappointment, but it's important to remember that not everyone will hurt or deceive you. Being cautious doesn't mean expecting the worst from everyone. It means allowing people to show you who they are before you invest deeply in them. Trust is a gift, not an obligation. It's something you offer to those who've demonstrated they can handle it with care. By being selective about who you let into your inner circle, you're not only protecting yourself, but also elevating the quality of your relationships. Trusting wisely ensures that your emotional energy is spent on connections that enrich your life rather than deplete it. In a world where trust is often taken for granted, choosing to be discerning is an act of strength and self-respect. It's about valuing yourself enough to only surround yourself with people who value you in return. Trust isn't about being perfect or expecting perfection from others. It's about finding those who are willing to grow with you, honor your vulnerabilities, and stand by you in both good times and bad. When you choose to trust wisely, you build a life filled with authentic, meaningful connections that stand the test of time. Your personal growth is a deeply individual journey, one that unfolds uniquely for you in its own time and space. It's a sacred process of transformation, marked by challenges, breakthroughs, and quiet victories. While it can be tempting to share your progress with others, especially when you're proud of your accomplishments or excited about what's to come, keeping your growth private is often the wisest choice. Prematurely unveiling your journey can create unnecessary distractions, invite judgment, and even derail the momentum you've worked so hard to build. When you embark on a path of personal or professional growth, it's not just about setting goals, it's about developing the mindset, discipline, and resilience required to achieve them. This process demands focus and dedication, both of which can be easily disrupted when you allow too many external voices into your journey. Sharing your plans or progress too soon opens the door to opinions, critiques, and unsolicited advice that may not align with your vision. Even well-meaning input can plant seeds of doubt, shifting your focus away from the work itself and toward justifying or explaining your decisions to others. Momentum and growth is a fragile thing. It's the cumulative effect of consistent effort, driven by intrinsic motivation and a clear sense of purpose. When you expose your journey to others before it's fully developed, you risk diluting that momentum. External validation, or the lack thereof, can create an artificial sense of accomplishment or, conversely, discourage you from continuing. Growth thrives in the quiet spaces where you can experiment, learn, and evolve without fear of judgment or comparison. Comparison is another pitfall of sharing your journey prematurely. When you put your progress out into the world, it inevitably invites comparison to others. Someone might question your methods, highlight their own achievements, or offer unsolicited feedback that makes you second-guess yourself. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy or the temptation to alter your path to match someone else's. True growth is deeply personal and should be guided by your own values and aspirations, not by the expectations or experiences of others. Keeping your growth private also allows you to preserve the authenticity of your journey. When you're not performing for an audience, you're free to focus solely on the process itself. You can make mistakes, pivot, and refine your approach without the added pressure of external scrutiny. This freedom fosters creativity and innovation, enabling you to discover solutions and insights that might have been stifled in a more public setting. There's also a psychological benefit to maintaining privacy during your growth process. By keeping your plans and progress to yourself, you reinforce your own accountability. You're not relying on external praise or recognition to keep you motivated. Instead, you're driven by a deeper, more sustainable source of inspiration. This self-reliance builds confidence and resilience, qualities that will serve you long after you've achieved your current goals. Not everyone in your life will understand or support your journey. People bring their own biases, insecurities, and limitations into their perceptions of your growth. Some may feel threatened by your progress, while others may unintentionally project their fears onto you. Sharing your journey with such individuals can lead to unnecessary conflict or self-doubt. By keeping your growth private, you protect yourself from these potential negative influences and ensure that your energy remains focused on what truly matters. Privacy doesn't mean isolation, though. It's important to have a trusted circle of mentors, friends, or confidants who can provide guidance and encouragement. The key is to be selective about who you share your journey with. Choose individuals who genuinely support your growth, respect your boundaries, and offer constructive feedback when needed. These relationships can be a source of strength and inspiration without compromising your momentum. As your growth becomes more tangible, there will be a time and place to share your accomplishments. By then, you'll be standing on a solid foundation, confident in the work you've done and the person you've become. Sharing from this place of strength not only inspires others, but also ensures that you're presenting a fully realized vision of your journey, one that can withstand the scrutiny and opinions of the outside world. Keeping your growth private is an act of self-respect. It's about honoring the delicate process of transformation and giving yourself the space to evolve without interference. Your journey is yours, and it deserves the protection and care required to reach its fullest potential. In the quiet of your efforts, you'll find the strength to grow, the clarity to stay true to your path, and the momentum to achieve what you once only dreamed possible. Let your results speak for themselves when the time is right, and until then, guard your growth with the same dedication you bring to nurturing it. The message is simple yet profound: protect what's sacred to you. Whether it's your dreams, your energy, your trust, or your personal growth, these aspects of your life are treasures that deserve respect and care. By choosing discretion, you shield yourself from unnecessary distractions, negativity, and judgment, allowing your efforts to flourish in their own time. Privacy isn't about isolation, it's about preservation. It's about knowing what to share, when to share, and with whom, so you stay true to your vision and purpose. The power of silence, the strength of boundaries, and the wisdom of discernment are your allies on the path to success. Guard your energy, protect your journey, and let your results speak louder than words ever could. The life you're building deserves nothing less than your full attention and unwavering dedication. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on these truths. May they empower you to move forward with clarity, strength, and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly invested in yourself? I'm not talking about the fleeting moments when you got inspired after scrolling through a motivational quote. I'm talking about the commitment, the blood, sweat, and discipline that it takes to become the person you're meant to be. You see, growth doesn't happen by accident. You don't wake up one day and suddenly have it all together. It's the small, deliberate choices you make every day. Are you reading, learning, practicing, and refining your craft? Or are you waiting for the world to hand you something you haven't earned? Because let me tell you something, success isn't handed out like a flyer on the street. You've got to chase it down and demand it for yourself. The world loves to talk. It will try to tell you who you are, what you can do, and how far you can go. But hear me now, those voices don't define you. Their doubts aren't your limits. Their opinions aren't your reality. Every time you let their words seep into your soul, you're giving them control. Take back your power. Focus on your vision and block out the noise. Let's get one thing straight. Ambition without humility is a recipe for failure. Stay hungry for success. Yes, work like your life depends on it, because it does. But never think for a second that you're above learning, that you've arrived, or that you're done growing. The minute you stop being a student of life, you stop winning at it. Everything starts in your mind. What you believe about yourself will shape what you become. If you think small, you'll live small. If you let fear dominate your thoughts, you'll never break free. But if you focus on your strength, your capability, and your vision, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Remember this: what you feed your mind today will show up in your life tomorrow. We live in a world obsessed with overnight success, but that's not real. What's real is the grind, the quiet, unglamorous steps you take each day. Don't wait for perfection to pat yourself on the back. Celebrate the small victories, the extra mile you ran, the extra hour you studied, the mistake you learned from. Progress is the name of the game. Stop looking left and right. Stop measuring yourself against someone else's highlight reel. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself every morning, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? Then get to work and make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, focus on you every single day. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Not because anyone else is watching, but because the person in the mirror deserves the best you can give. And when you do, the world will feel the weight of your greatness. Stay focused, stay driven, and never stop believing in your power to rise. Every day, when you wake up and take that first breath of morning air, you're faced with a choice. It's a choice so subtle, so unassuming, that most people miss its power entirely. That choice is, this will today be just another day, or will it be a step toward becoming the best version of yourself? Growth doesn't happen by chance. It isn't something you stumble upon like a lucky coin on the sidewalk. No, greatness is built brick by brick with intention, purpose, and discipline. And the sooner you embrace this truth, the sooner your life will start to transform. Now let's get one thing straight: growth is uncomfortable. It challenges you. It pushes you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But here's the secret: that discomfort is where the magic happens. You see, it's easy to stay in your comfort zone, to live the same routine day after day. It's safe there, predictable. But nothing grows in a space where nothing changes. If you want to evolve, you have to be willing to step into the unknown, to stretch beyond what you think you're capable of, and to embrace the process even when it's messy. Every single day is an opportunity. Think about that for a moment. Not just the big moments, graduations, promotions, or major milestones, but every ordinary, seemingly insignificant day is a chance to invest in your better self. The question is, are you making the most of it? Or are you letting those opportunities slip away, lost to distractions, procrastination, or a lack of belief in your potential? It's time to start seeing your days for what they truly are: building blocks for your future. Each one holds the potential to bring you closer to the person you're meant to be. But let's not pretend it's easy. Growth demands effort. It requires you to show up, not just when you feel like it, but every single day. It's about committing to the small, consistent actions that lead to big results over time. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't plant the seed today and expect it to bear fruit tomorrow. You water it, nurture it, and give it sunlight, trusting that one day it will grow into something magnificent. Your growth works the same way. The reading you do, the skills you practice, the goals you set, they may not show immediate results, but over time, they compound into something extraordinary. And let's talk about purpose. Without it, growth becomes aimless, like running on a treadmill without a destination. Purpose gives your actions meaning. It's the why behind what you do, the driving force that keeps you moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Take a moment to reflect. What's your purpose? What are you working toward? When you have a clear vision of the person you want to become, every decision you make starts to align with that vision. Purpose turns ordinary days into stepping stones towards something greater. But here's the catch: discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not enough to want growth, you have to be willing to work for it. And discipline isn't about motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. It's waking up early to exercise when you'd rather sleep in. It's choosing to study when your friends are out having fun. It's saying no to distractions so you can say yes to your goals. Discipline is what separates those who dream about success from those who achieve it. Let's be honest, there will be days when you feel like giving up. Days when the progress seems slow and the setbacks feel overwhelming. But here's what you need to remember: growth isn't linear. It's not a straight path. There will be ups and downs, victories and failures. The key is to keep going, to keep showing up, even when it feels hard. Because every step you take, no matter how small, is a step forward. And every time you push through the challenges, you're building resilience, strength, and character. One of the greatest misconceptions about growth is that it's all about reaching the finish line. But the truth is, the journey itself is where the real transformation happens. It's in the daily grind, the quiet moments of effort, and the sacrifices you make along the way that you discover who you truly are. Growth isn't about becoming someone else, it's about uncovering the greatness that's already within you and bringing it to the surface. So how do you start? By making a decision. Decide that today will not be wasted. Decide that your time is too valuable to spend on things that don't serve your growth. Start small. Read a chapter of a book. Take a class. Learn a new skill. Set a goal and break it down into manageable steps. And most importantly, commit to the process. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to grow into the person who can achieve it. This you are a work in progress, and that's a beautiful thing. Embrace the process, be patient with yourself, and never stop striving to be better. Because every day you choose growth, you're not just building a better life, you're building a better you. And that, my friend, is the foundation of true greatness. Every person on this planet is surrounded by noise. It's not always the kind you hear with your ears, sometimes it's the kind that seeps into your mind, whispers doubts, and clouds your focus. This noise can come from anywhere: opinions from others, the constant hum of social media, the pressure to conform, or the expectations placed on you by society. It's relentless, isn't it? But here's the truth: if you don't learn to silence the noise, it will drown out the voice that matters most yours. Let's begin with distractions. In this modern world, they're everywhere. They blink, they buzz, and they pull you away from what truly matters. Whether it's your phone lighting up with notifications or the allure of mindless scrolling, these distractions rob you of your time, your energy, and your focus. Every time you give in, you're allowing something outside of you to dictate how you spend your day. And days add up to weeks, months, and years. How many of those years are you willing to sacrifice to distractions? Time is the one resource you can never get back, and every second you spend on something unimportant is a second stolen from your dreams. But distractions aren't the only kind of noise. Opinions are just as powerful, if not more so. Think about how often you let someone else's words affect you. Maybe they told you your goal was unrealistic, or your idea wasn't good enough. Maybe they laughed at your ambition or questioned your choices. And maybe, just maybe, you started to believe them. But here's the thing: their opinions are not your truth. What someone else thinks about your life says more about them than it does about you. Yet too often, we internalize these opinions, letting them shape our decisions and our self-worth. Why? Because we fear rejection, judgment, or standing out. But greatness doesn't come from fitting in, it comes from having the courage to follow your own path, even when it's unpopular. Your life is not a public debate. It's not up for a vote. It's not something that needs to be approved or validated by others. Your life is yours, your responsibility, your journey, your masterpiece. When you allow others to dictate your choices, you give away your power. You hand over the steering wheel of your life to someone who isn't even driving in the same direction. Stop seeking permission to chase your dreams. Stop waiting for the world to clap for you before you start moving. Silence the noise of their opinions and take back control. Silencing the noise doesn't mean cutting yourself off from the world, it means being selective about what you let in. You have the power to choose who and what influences you. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who challenge you to grow, and who believe in your potential. These voices will fuel your journey, not hinder it. At the same time, learn to identify the voices that drain you, those who criticize without offering solutions, who project their fears onto you, or who belittle your dreams because they've given up on their own. These voices have no place in your life. Now, let's talk about the internal noise, the doubts and fears that creep in when no one else is around. This noise can be the hardest to silence because it comes from within. It tells you you're not good enough, that you're not ready, or that you'll fail. But here's what you need to understand: those doubts are not the truth. They are a reflection of your fears, not your reality. Every time you hear that voice in your head telling you to stop, to give up, or to play it safe, challenge it. Replace it with a voice that believes in you. Speak affirmations over yourself. Remind yourself of your strengths, and focus on the progress you've already made. The voice you feed is the one that will grow stronger, so choose wisely. The path to your goals will never be completely quiet. There will always be noise, external and internal. The key is learning how to navigate it without losing your focus. One way to do this is to create space for stillness in your life. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in silence, these moments allow you to reconnect with your vision and hear your own thoughts clearly. In stillness, you'll find the clarity to distinguish between what's important and what's just noise. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the choices you make in pursuit of your goals. You don't need to justify your dreams or defend your ambition. Those who truly support you will understand, and those who don't were never meant to be part of your journey. Stand firm in your decisions and let your actions speak louder than their words. The best way to silence the noise is to succeed in spite of it. As you move forward, remind yourself daily that your life is yours to live. Focus on your vision, your purpose, and your progress. The world will always have something to say, but you don't have to listen. Choose to listen to the voice within you, the one that knows your potential, sees your greatness, and believes in your ability to achieve it. When you do, the noise will fade into the background, and all that will remain is the sound of your footsteps, steady and strong, moving closer to your dreams. Success is a journey that demands more than talent, luck, or ambition. It calls for a unique blend of hunger and humility, a relentless drive to achieve, combined with the grounded understanding that no one is above the process. Success doesn't come to those who sit back and wait for it. It doesn't favor the entitled or the complacent. Instead, it seeks out those who are willing to work, sacrifice, and stay true to themselves, no matter how high they climb. Hunger is the fire that fuels your journey. It's the deep, insatiable desire to grow, achieve, and become more than you were yesterday. Hunger is what gets you out of bed before the sun rises. It's what keeps you going when the odds are stacked against you. But hunger isn't just about wanting success, it's about wanting it badly enough to put in the work. It's about showing up every day with passion and purpose, even when no one is watching. Hunger means doing the hard things, the things most people shy away from, because you know they're necessary to get where you want to go. This kind of hunger isn't something you're born with, it's something you cultivate. It starts with a vision, a clear picture of what you want your life to look like. That vision becomes the driving force behind everything you do. It gives you a reason to push through the discomfort, to keep going when others quit. But hunger alone isn't enough. If it's not balanced by humility, it can lead to arrogance, entitlement, and ultimately failure. Is what keeps you grounded. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're capable, but also from understanding that you're never above learning, growing, or improving. Humility reminds you that success is not a solo effort. It's built on the shoulders of those who came before you, supported by the people around you, and shaped by the lessons you learn along the way. Humility is what keeps you open to feedback, willing to adapt, and ready to acknowledge your mistakes. It's the mindset that says, I've come far, but I still have so much more to learn. When you stay hungry, you're always reaching for the next level. But when you stay humble, you never lose sight of the journey that got you there. Success isn't a destination, it's a process. It's a series of moments, achievements, and lessons that shape you over time. If you forget that, if you start to believe you've made it, or that you're better than others because of your accomplishments, you risk losing everything you've worked so hard to build. Success can be fleeting for those who let their ego take the wheel. The world is full of people who start strong but falter along the way. They lose their hunger or let their success inflate their sense of self-importance. But true greatness lies in the ability to keep going, to stay committed, and to never let success change who you are at your core. Staying hungry and staying humble is not just about achieving your goals, it's about sustaining your success and continuing to grow long after you've reached them. Hunger and humility work hand in hand. Hunger drives you to aim higher, while humility keeps you grounded enough to understand that you're never done learning. It's this balance that allows you to navigate the challenges and triumphs of life with grace and resilience. When you're hungry, you don't settle for mediocrity. You demand excellence from yourself and those around you. But when you're humble, you remain approachable, teachable, and connected to the people and experiences that matter most. Success, at its core, is not just about personal achievement. It's about impact. It's about how your hard work, perseverance, and attitude inspire others to strive for their own greatness. When you stay hungry, you set an example of what's possible through dedication and effort. When you stay humble, You remind others that success is a journey, not a pedestal. You show them that it's not about being better than anyone else, it's about being better than you were yesterday. Every step of the way, there will be moments that test your hunger and your humility. There will be days when the fire in your belly feels like a flicker instead of a blaze. On those days, remind yourself of why you started. Revisit your vision, reconnect with your purpose, and reignite that hunger within you. And when success comes knocking, as it inevitably will if you stay the course, remember to celebrate without losing sight of the values that got you there. No one achieves greatness by accident. It takes intentional effort, unshakable focus, and a willingness to put in the work day after day. But it also takes the humility to understand that success is not an entitlement, it's a privilege. It's earned through sacrifice, perseverance, and a commitment to growth. And it's maintained by staying true to yourself no matter how far you climb. So, stay hungry. Keep that fire alive. Let it push you to dream bigger, work harder, and never settle for less than your best. But also, stay humble. Let humility be the foundation on which your success is built. Because the moment you think you've arrived is the moment you stop growing. And growth, after all, is the essence of true success. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It shapes your perceptions, directs your actions, and ultimately determines your reality. Yet so many people underestimate its influence or fail to harness its true potential. The truth is, if you want to achieve greatness, you must first master your mindset. Your mind isn't just a passive observer of your circumstances, it's the architect of your life. It can be your greatest ally or your toughest adversary, depending on how you train it. Mastering your mindset begins with belief in yourself and in your potential. Without this foundation, you will falter at the first sign of difficulty. But belief is not something that magically appears, it is cultivated through intention and practice. You must train your mind to see possibilities where others see obstacles. You must convince yourself that you are capable of achieving your goals, even when evidence is scarce. It's not about blind optimism, it's about choosing to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. Your mindset determines how you interpret the events of your life. When challenges arise, you have a choice to see them as insurmountable barriers or as opportunities for growth. The world doesn't change based on your perception, but your ability to navigate it does. A mind trained to find solutions instead of dwelling on problems is a mind that will always move forward. Train yourself to ask the right questions. What can I learn from this? How can I turn this situation to my advantage? These questions shift your focus from limitations to possibilities. Focus is another critical aspect of mastering your mindset. The world is full of distractions, things vying for your attention and pulling you away from your vision. If you're not intentional about what you focus on, your mind will wander and your goals will slip further from your grasp. Training your mind to focus means learning to say no to what doesn't serve you. It means cutting out the noise, avoiding distractions, and committing fully to the tasks that align with your vision. Focus is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with consistent practice. But focus isn't just about where you direct your attention, it's also about how you maintain it in the face of negativity. Negativity is like a weed that can take root in your mind if you're not vigilant. It can come from external sources, criticism, doubt, fear, or from within, in the form of self-doubt and limiting beliefs. To master your mindset, you must reject negativity in all its forms. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means refusing to let negativity dictate your actions or your sense of self-worth. Negativity often finds its way into your mind through repetition. The more you hear something, whether it's a disparaging comment from someone else or a self-critical thought in your own mind, the more likely you are to believe it. The antidote to this is to actively replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Affirmations, visualization, and gratitude are powerful tools for this. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Visualize yourself achieving your goals. Take time each day to acknowledge the things you're grateful for. These practices shift your focus away from what's wrong and towards what's possible. Another key to mastering your mindset is self-awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of. Take the time to understand your thought patterns. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself and the beliefs you hold about what's possible. Are these beliefs serving you, or are they holding you back? Challenge the thoughts that limit you. Ask yourself, is this true? Or is it just a story I've been telling myself? The more you question your limiting beliefs, the more power you have to rewrite them. Mastering your mindset also requires discipline. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen without effort. You must commit to the process of growth, even when it's uncomfortable. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It's what allows you to push past fear, doubt, and resistance. Train your mind to associate discipline with empowerment, not restriction. Every small step you take towards building a stronger mindset is a step closer to becoming the person you want to be. Mastering your mindset is not about achieving perfection. It's about progress. There will be days when negativity creeps in, when focus wavers, or when self-doubt whispers in your ear. On those days, remind yourself that mastering your mindset is a lifelong journey. It's not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. Give yourself grace, but also hold yourself accountable. Growth happens in the moments when you choose to persevere, even when it's difficult. Your mind is your greatest asset, but it is also your responsibility. No one else can train it for you. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the focus you maintain are entirely within your control. By mastering your mindset, you take ownership of your life. You become the driver of your destiny, not a passenger carried along by circumstance. So train your mind to believe in your potential, to focus on your vision, and to reject negativity. When you do, you'll unlock a power within you that is unstoppable. Transformation is not an instant event, but a continuous journey. We often fall into the trap of believing that success requires perfection, that every step must be flawless and every effort impeccable. This mindset not only sets us up for disappointment, but also blinds us to the power of incremental progress. True growth lies in celebrating the small wins, the steady, consistent actions that compound over time into extraordinary achievements. Progress, not perfection, is the secret to long-lasting success. Life is rarely linear, and neither is personal development. It's easy to become disheartened when progress feels slow or when setbacks occur. But transformation is not about giant leaps. It's about the small, deliberate steps you take every single day. These steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they create a ripple effect that can completely change the trajectory of your life. Small wins build momentum, and momentum is what carries you forward, even when the road gets tough. The pressure to be perfect can be paralyzing. It often leads to procrastination, self-doubt, and ultimately inaction. When you believe that anything less than perfection isn't worth celebrating, you rob yourself of the motivation and joy that come from acknowledging your efforts. Progress, on the other hand, shifts your focus. It reminds you that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. It teaches you to value the process as much as the outcome, to recognize that growth is happening even when it feels slow or uneven. Small wins are powerful because they reinforce positive behavior. Every time you accomplish a task, no matter how minor, you send a message to your mind that you're capable. This builds confidence and encourages you to take the next step. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, celebrating something as simple as drinking more water, taking a short walk, or choosing a healthier meal reinforces the habit of prioritizing your well-being. Over time, these small actions accumulate, creating a foundation for bigger, more significant changes. Transformation is often compared to planting a seed. You don't see results immediately, you don't expect a tree to grow overnight. But with consistent care, water, sunlight, and patience, that seed grows roots, sprouts, and eventually blossoms. The same is true for your goals. Each small win is like watering that seed. It may not seem like much at first, but it's essential for long-term growth. Without those consistent efforts, the seed would wither before it has a chance to thrive. It's important to remember that progress isn't always visible. Some of the most significant growth happens beneath the surface, in the unseen moments when you're laying the groundwork for future success. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. Trust in the process and give yourself credit for showing up, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Progress is often about persistence, about continuing to move forward even when the finish line feels far away. Celebrating small wins also cultivates gratitude, which is a powerful motivator. When you take the time to acknowledge what you've accomplished, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's working. This positive reinforcement fuels your journey and makes the process more enjoyable. Gratitude keeps you grounded and reminds you that every effort, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. It transforms your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, allowing you to appreciate the progress you've made rather than fixating on how far you still have to go. Perfection, on the other hand, is a myth that often leads to burnout. When you set unrealistic standards for yourself, you create a cycle of frustration and disappointment. Perfectionism stifles creativity, discourages risk-taking, and makes you overly critical of your efforts. It shifts the focus away from growth and toward judgment. Progress, however, is forgiving. It allows room for mistakes, learning, and improvement. It acknowledges that setbacks are a natural part of the journey, and that every misstep is an opportunity to grow stronger. To celebrate progress, start by setting achievable milestones. Break your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each time you accomplish one of these steps, take a moment to acknowledge it. Celebrate in a way that feels meaningful to you. Whether it's writing down your accomplishment, sharing it with someone you trust, or simply taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come. These celebrations don't have to be grand. Their purpose is to remind you that you're moving forward and that your efforts matter. Another way to celebrate progress is to track it. Keep a journal, create a checklist, or use an app to document your achievements. Seeing your progress visually can be incredibly motivating, especially on days when you feel like you're not making any. Tracking your progress also helps you identify patterns and areas for improvement, giving you valuable insights into what's working and what needs adjustment. Progress is deeply personal. It's not about comparing your journey to someone else's or measuring your success against external standards. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday, about consistently showing up and putting in the work. Celebrate your progress in a way that honors your unique path and acknowledges the effort you've invested. Transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. It's built on a series of small, consistent actions that add up over time. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you free yourself from the pressure to get everything right and instead embrace the joy of growth. Each small win brings you closer to your goals, and each step forward is a testament to your resilience and determination. Celebrate those steps, because they are the foundation of your success. In life, the most important competition is not with others, but with yourself. Society often teaches us to compare our achievements to those around us, creating a constant pressure to measure up to external standards. However, this mindset is both exhausting and counterproductive. True growth and fulfillment come from competing with who you were yesterday, striving to be better, stronger, and wiser with each passing day. This shift in perspective allows you to focus on your own journey, unburdened by the noise of comparison and the weight of others' expectations. When you measure your growth against someone else's journey, you're playing a losing game. Everyone's path is different, shaped by unique experiences, circumstances, and challenges. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10 will only lead to frustration and self-doubt. It's like trying to run a race on a track that doesn't align with your starting point or destination. Instead, the real question should be, how far have you come from where you started? Are you a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday? Competing with yourself means setting your own benchmarks for success. It's about identifying your personal goals, dreams, and values, and using them as the yardstick for your progress. This approach is liberating because it removes the need to conform to societal norms or external expectations. You define what success looks like for you, and you work toward it on your own terms. This kind of self-directed competition fosters authenticity, allowing you to focus on what truly matters to you rather than chasing someone else's idea of achievement. One of the most empowering aspects of being your own biggest competitor is that it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. When you compete with others, you're often operating from a place of lack, feeling as though there's only so much success, happiness, or recognition to go around. But when you compete with yourself, you realize that your growth is limitless. There's no cap on how much you can learn, improve, or achieve. Your only constraint is the effort you're willing to invest in becoming the best version of yourself. This mindset also helps you build resilience. Life is full of setbacks, but when you're focused on your own progress, those setbacks become opportunities for growth rather than reasons to give up. Competing with yourself means learning to embrace failure as a natural part of the journey. Each stumble is a chance to learn, to refine your approach, and to come back stronger. This perspective makes you more adaptable and better equipped to handle the challenges that life inevitably throws your way. To compete with yourself effectively, you need to develop self-awareness. This involves taking an honest look at where you are, where you want to go, and what you need to do to bridge the gap. Self-awareness allows you to identify your strengths and weaknesses, to celebrate your achievements, and to acknowledge the areas where you still have room to grow. It's not about being overly critical of yourself, but about recognizing that there's always room for improvement and that the journey towards self-mastery is never ending. Setting clear, measurable goals is another crucial aspect of being your own biggest competitor. These goals should be specific to you, reflecting your unique aspirations and priorities. Break them down into smaller, actionable steps that you can work on daily. Celebrate each milestone you reach, no matter how small, because each one represents a step forward on your journey. This process of setting and achieving personal goals keeps you motivated and focused, giving you a sense of purpose and direction. It's also important to track your progress. Keep a journal, create a vision board, or use an app to document your journey. Regularly review what you've accomplished and identify areas where you can improve. This practice not only keeps you accountable, but also provides tangible evidence of your growth, which can be incredibly motivating on days when you feel stuck or discouraged. Another key to competing with yourself is practicing self-compassion. Growth isn't always a linear process. There will be days when you fall short of your own expectations. When this happens, it's important to be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your effort, learn from your mistakes, and commit to doing better tomorrow. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. By treating yourself with compassion, you create an environment where you feel safe to take risks, to fail, and to keep pushing forward. Being your own biggest competitor also requires a strong focus on personal development. Invest in yourself by reading, learning new skills, and seeking out experiences that challenge and inspire you. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, who encourage you to be your best self. Take care of your physical and mental health, because your well-being is the foundation of everything else. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll have to give to the world around you. That competing with yourself is a lifelong commitment. There's no finish line, no point where you can say, I've arrived. Growth is an ongoing process, and there's always more to learn, more to achieve, and more ways to become a better version of yourself. This journey is what makes life meaningful and fulfilling. By focusing on your own progress and embracing the process, you'll not only achieve your goals, but also discover a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. So let go of the need to measure up to others. Stop comparing your journey to anyone else's and start focusing on what truly matters: your growth, your dreams, and your potential. Compete with who you were yesterday, not with the world around you. When you do this, you'll unlock a level of fulfillment and success that no external validation can ever provide. Your greatest competition is staring back at you in the mirror, and every day is an opportunity to rise to the challenge and become a little better than you were before. In the journey of life, the greatest battle we face is not with the world around us, but with ourselves. Growth, progress, and true success come from within, from our daily commitment to becoming better than we were yesterday. When we focus on our own journey, silence distractions, celebrate our progress, and build resilience through self-awareness and discipline, we step into our true power. We learn that the path to greatness is not about perfection, but about persistence. Your growth isn't measured by someone else's achievements, it's measured by your own. Compete with yourself, celebrate your victories, and embrace every stumble as a stepping stone. Success is not a final destination, but an evolving process of becoming the best version of yourself. Stay hungry, stay humble, and above all, stay focused on you every single day. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your commitment to investing in your own greatness. May you continue to rise and thrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, for a moment and imagine a life where everything you desire already exists, a life where your struggles are behind you and your dreams are your reality. Now open your eyes and realize this truth: resetting your life begins not outside but within you. The first step to resetting is imagination. Your imagination is the creator of your world. What you see, feel, and believe in the mind becomes the blueprint for your external reality. Do not underestimate the power of this inner world. Picture yourself living the life you desire and hold that vision steadfast, for it is the seed from which all transformation grows. But before you plant new seeds, you must clear the garden. Detach from the weeds of doubt, fear, and the habits that no longer serve you. Let go of the stories you've told yourself about who you are and what you can or cannot achieve. Let go of relationships and situations that drain your energy. You cannot reset if you cling to the old. Release it all with grace, for what awaits is far greater than what you leave behind. As you step into this process, align yourself with the vision of your desired self. Ask yourself, who would I be if I were already living the life I want? How would I think, act, and feel? Embody that person now. Act as though it is already done, for this alignment signals the universe to respond in kind. Silence is your greatest ally during this reset. In the quiet moments, you will hear the whispers of your true desires. Shut out the noise of the world, the opinions, the doubts, the distractions. Sit in stillness, for it is there that clarity arises. The reset is not about adding more to your life, but about uncovering what has been buried beneath the noise. And above all, trust. Trust that as you let go of the past, the future will unfold in ways you cannot yet see. Faith is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. Believe in the power of your inner transformation, and the outer world will follow. Let gratitude be your companion. Even as you reset, give thanks for the lessons you've learned and for the new life unfolding before you. Gratitude accelerates the renewal, drawing to you everything you need and more. Now is the time to reset your life. Release the old, imagine the new, and step boldly into the reality you are creating. The power to transform lies within you, waiting to be awakened. Reset your life and let the journey begin. To reset your life, you must first understand the immense power of imagination, for it is the blueprint of your reality. Your imagination is not a passive faculty, it is the active creator of the world you experience. Everything you see, feel, and interact with in your external life begins within the realm of your inner world. It is the foundation upon which all of your experiences are built. When you redefine your inner world, you set the stage for profound transformation. Imagination is the silent architect of destiny. Every thought, vision, and emotion you entertain creates a vibration within you, and that vibration shapes the circumstances of your life. Often people live reactively, responding to the world as it is rather than consciously designing the world they wish to inhabit. This reactive way of living leads to cycles of repetition, living the same day, week, and year without meaningful change. To reset your life, you must break free from this loop and consciously imagine a new reality. Begin by asking yourself a vital question: what do I truly desire? Not what others expect of you or what you think you should want, but what resonates deeply within your soul. This is where the reset begins, by identifying and visualizing the life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Close your eyes and allow yourself to dream freely, unrestrained by limitations or doubts. Picture every detail vividly: the sights, the sounds, the emotions. The more real it feels in your imagination, the more powerfully it sets the foundation for manifestation. The key to this process is consistency. What you imagine persistently shapes your beliefs, and your beliefs guide your actions and decisions. Many people unknowingly sabotage their own growth by entertaining thoughts of lack, fear, and self-doubt. They allow their imagination to run wild with worst-case scenarios and negative self-talk, creating a reality that reflects those inner states. To reset your life, you must take control of your imagination, guiding it intentionally toward visions of abundance, joy, and success. It is not enough to simply imagine a new life once and hope for the best. The process requires discipline and faith. Every day, set aside time to enter the realm of your imagination, visualizing the life you wish to create. Feel the emotions as if it were already true. If you desire love, imagine the warmth and connection of being deeply cherished. If you seek financial freedom, imagine the security and ease of living in abundance. These feelings anchor your imagination in reality, bridging the gap between thought and experience. As you redefine your inner world, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your outer reality. Opportunities that align with your vision will appear, often in unexpected ways. This is not coincidence, it is the natural response of the universe to the energy you emit. What you imagine consistently becomes the foundation of your reality, because your thoughts and emotions are powerful signals that attract corresponding experiences. This process is not without challenges. Doubts and fears may arise, whispering that your dreams are unrealistic or unattainable. In these moments, remind yourself that your imagination is limitless and that the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. Persist in your vision, even when the evidence of change is not yet visible. Trust that the seeds you plant in your imagination will grow, as surely as a planted seed becomes a tree. The beauty of imagination is that it allows you to create anew at any moment. No matter where you are in life or what challenges you face, you have the power to envision a better future. It is never too late to reset. Each day is a fresh canvas, and your imagination is the paintbrush. By choosing thoughts of love, joy, and possibility, you rewrite the narrative of your life. Your imagination is not bound by the constraints of time, space, or circumstance. It operates on a higher plane, one where all things are possible. Embrace this truth and use your imagination to craft a vision so compelling that it propels you forward with confidence and determination. When you redefine your inner world, you reset your life entirely. The power is within you. Start imagining the reality you desire today. To reset your life, you must detach from what no longer serves you. This is an act of courage and self-awareness, a necessary step to create space for the new. The habits, thoughts, and relationships that have brought you to this point may not be the ones that will carry you forward. Holding on to them out of fear or familiarity only keeps you anchored to a past that no longer aligns with the life you envision. Letting go is not about abandonment or rejection, it is about liberation and renewal. The first step in this process is recognizing what no longer serves you. This requires honest reflection. Take a close look at your daily habits, those automatic actions and routines that shape your life. Ask yourself, are these habits leading me toward growth, or are they keeping me stagnant? Perhaps it's the endless scrolling through social media that drains your time and focus, or the unhealthy food choices that leave you feeling sluggish. While these habits may offer temporary comfort or distraction, they often come at the cost of your long-term well-being and progress. Thoughts are equally powerful. The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of can either empower or limit you. Negative self-talk, doubts, and fears often become so ingrained that you mistake them for truth. Yet they are merely patterns of thought, shaped by past experiences or societal conditioning. To reset your life, you must release these limiting beliefs. Begin by challenging them. When a thought arises that tells you I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed, question its validity. Replace it with affirmations that reflect your true potential. Remember, your mind is a garden, and you must be intentional about the seeds you plant. Relationships, too, play a significant role in shaping your reality. While human connections are vital, not all relationships are beneficial. Some people may uplift and inspire you, while others drain your energy or keep you tethered to old patterns. Detaching from relationships that no longer serve you can be one of the most challenging yet transformative steps in resetting your life. This does not mean severing ties with everyone who disagrees with you or causes conflict. Rather, it is about discerning whether a relationship supports your growth and aligns with your values. If it does not, it may be time to distance yourself or set healthy boundaries. Letting go requires more than recognition, it demands action. This is where many people hesitate. The thought of releasing what is familiar, even when it no longer serves you, can be daunting. Fear of the unknown often keeps us clinging to the past, but this fear is a barrier to transformation. To move forward, you must trust that what lies ahead is greater than what you leave behind. Remind yourself that by letting go, you are not losing but making space for something better. The process of detachment is not an act of rejection but one of gratitude and closure. Honor the role that these habits, thoughts, or relationships played in your life. They served a purpose, whether to teach you a lesson, provide comfort, or help you grow. Acknowledge this purpose with gratitude and then release them with love. This act of release is liberating. It frees you from the weight of the past and opens the door to new opportunities. As you let go, be prepared for the discomfort that often accompanies change. Detachment can feel like stepping into a void, a space where the old has been removed, but the new has not yet arrived. Embrace this void as a fertile ground for transformation. It is in this space that you have the opportunity to redefine yourself and your life. Trust the process and know that the discomfort is temporary. Remember that letting go is not a one-time event but an ongoing practice. Life is dynamic, and as you grow and evolve, there will always be things that you need to release. Make it a habit to periodically assess your life and ask yourself, does this serve my highest good? If the answer is no, have the courage to let it go. Detaching from what no longer serves you is not about loss, but about making space for the new. It is an act of faith, a declaration that you are ready to move forward. Trust in your ability to release the old and embrace the possibilities that await. Your future depends on your willingness to let go, and with each release, you step closer to the life you are meant to live. To align with the vision of your desired self, you must live from the end, imagining, feeling, and acting as though you have already become the person you aspire to be. This is not mere wishful thinking, but an intentional way of being that redefines your inner and outer world. Your desired self is not a distant possibility, it is a present reality waiting to be expressed. When you embody the mindset, emotions, and actions of this version of yourself, you collapse the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The first step in this alignment is clarity. Who is the person you want to become? What qualities, values, and achievements define this version of you? Paint a vivid picture in your mind down to the finest details. If your desired self is confident, successful, and compassionate, imagine how this person thinks, feels, and behaves. How do they approach challenges? What kind of relationships do they nurture? What goals do they pursue? And how do they carry themselves in everyday life? Clarity is essential because it creates a target for your thoughts and actions. Once you have a clear vision, the next step is to align your mindset with that of your desired self. This requires shifting your internal dialogue and beliefs to match the perspective of the person you aspire to be. If your desired self exudes confidence, you cannot continue entertaining thoughts of self-doubt and insecurity. Begin by affirming the qualities you seek. Tell yourself, I am confident, capable, and worthy. Speak these affirmations not as future hopes but as present truths. The more you repeat them, the more they become ingrained in your subconscious, reshaping your mental patterns. Emotions play a vital role in this process. Your feelings act as the fuel for your transformation. To align with your desired self, you must feel the emotions associated with that version of you as if they are already yours. If you aspire to be joyful and fulfilled, practice cultivating those feelings now. Close your eyes and immerse yourself in the sensation of joy, imagining the experiences that bring you fulfillment. Let the emotions wash over you, anchoring them in your present reality. This emotional alignment sends a powerful signal to your mind and body, reinforcing the idea that you are already living as your desired self. Actions are the bridge between thought and reality. To embody your desired self, you must act as though you are already that person. This does not mean pretending or putting on a facade, but genuinely making choices and taking steps that align with your vision. Ask yourself daily, what would my desired self do in this situation? If they would approach a task with determination, then so should you. If they would treat others with kindness and respect, embody those qualities in your interactions. Over time, these actions will create a ripple effect, reshaping your habits and reinforcing your new identity. Living from the end requires unwavering faith in your vision, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. You may encounter moments of doubt or challenges that seem to contradict the reality you are creating. In these moments, remember that your external world is a reflection of your inner state. Persist in your vision, trusting that as you continue to align with your desired self, the outer world will naturally adjust to mirror your inner transformation. This alignment also calls for patience and consistency. Transformation is not an overnight process, but a journey of continual growth and refinement. Celebrate the small victories along the way, recognizing the shifts in your thoughts, emotions, and actions that bring you closer to your desired self. Each step, no matter how small, is a testament to your commitment and progress. Aligning with the vision of your desired self is an act of creation. It is about stepping into the truth of who you are meant to be, not waiting for circumstances to change, but actively shaping them through your inner alignment. When you live from the end, embodying the mindset, emotions, and actions of your desired self, you become a magnet for the life you envision. The transformation begins within, and as you align with this vision, you will find that the world around you begins to shift in response. Your desired self is not a distant dream, it is a reality you are creating in every moment. Start now and live as the person you are destined to be. Silence the noise around you to reconnect with the truth within. In a world saturated with constant activity and endless distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your authentic self. External voices, societal expectations, and the demands of daily life can drown out your inner guidance. To reset your life, you must retreat into solitude and stillness, creating a space where the noise fades and your deepest desires can surface. The first step is recognizing the value of stillness. In the busyness of life, stillness can feel unproductive or even uncomfortable. Yet it is in these quiet moments that clarity emerges. Imagine a glass of muddy water. Only when it is left undisturbed do the sediments settle, revealing the clear water beneath. Your mind works the same way. When you silence the noise, the mental clutter dissipates, allowing your authentic desires and thoughts to rise to the surface. Finding solitude is not about isolating yourself permanently, but carving out intentional moments to be alone. Create a space where you can retreat from the demands of the world. This might be a quiet room in your home, a park bench, or even a secluded corner of a library. The location matters less than the intention behind it, to create a sanctuary where external distractions cannot intrude. Once you've found your space, embrace the stillness. Turn off your devices, mute notifications, and let go of the urge to fill the silence with activity. At first, this quiet may feel foreign or even unsettling, as the mind is accustomed to constant stimulation. Thoughts may race, and you might feel the pull of unfinished tasks or the weight of unresolved emotions. Allow these sensations to come and go without judgment. Stillness is not about achieving perfect peace, but creating a space where you can observe your inner world without interference. As the external noise fades, begin to listen to the whispers of your inner truth. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect of me, not what society values, but what resonates deeply with my soul. These desires often exist beneath layers of conditioning and fear, but in stillness they reveal themselves. Trust what arises in these moments. Your authentic desires are not random, they are the compass guiding you toward the life you are meant to live. Stillness also offers a chance to confront what is holding you back. The noise of daily life often serves as a distraction from unresolved fears, doubts, or past wounds. In silence, these issues may surface, demanding your attention. Rather than avoiding them, see this as an opportunity for healing and growth. Acknowledge these feelings, sit with them, and ask what they are teaching you. By facing these inner obstacles, you clear the path for a true reset. Cultivating stillness is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice. Incorporate moments of quiet into your daily routine, even if only for a few minutes. Start your day with meditation, sit in silence during lunch, or take a walk without any distractions. These small practices create a habit of reconnecting with yourself, ensuring that the noise of life does not drown out your truth. The beauty of stillness is that it reconnects you to your innate power. When you strip away the external influences and listen to your inner voice, you remember that the answers you seek are already within you. You no longer need to chase validation or approval from others, because you are rooted in the truth of who you are. This self-awareness empowers you to make choices aligned with your authentic desires, setting the foundation for a life of purpose and fulfillment. As you silence the noise, you may notice a profound shift in your perspective. The problems that once seemed overwhelming lose their grip, and the path forward becomes clearer. Stillness brings with it a sense of calm and certainty, a reminder that you are not defined by the chaos around you, but by the peace within. The true reset begins when external distractions fade and you reconnect with the essence of who you are. In this quiet space, you can discern what truly matters, release what no longer serves you, and realign your life with your deepest desires. Silence the noise, embrace the stillness, and allow your inner truth to guide you forward. This is where transformation begins, not in the clamor of the world, but in the quiet wisdom of your soul. Trusting the power of belief is the cornerstone of any transformation. Your life will reset when you embrace the unwavering faith that change is not only possible but inevitable when aligned with your inner conviction. Belief is not a passive hope but an active force, a seed planted in the fertile soil of your imagination that, with care and attention, blossoms into tangible reality. To reset your life, you must first reset your mind, for it is belief that shapes the world around you. Belief begins with an inner vision, one that transcends your current circumstances. It is the ability to see beyond what is visible and hold steadfast to a possibility that is not yet manifest. This requires a willingness to detach from doubt and fear, those persistent voices that whisper, "It's too late," or "You're not capable." Instead, replace these with affirmations of possibility. "I am capable of change, my life is transforming, and everything I need is within me." These affirmations are not mere words, they are declarations of faith that signal to your subconscious mind to act in alignment with this new belief. Faith in unseen possibilities is the driving force behind every major shift. Consider the great innovations, movements, and personal triumphs throughout history. None of them began with certainty in the outer world, but with an inner conviction that defied the evidence of the senses. This is the essence of belief, trusting in the reality of something before it can be proven or seen. To reset your life, you must adopt this same mindset, believing not in what is but in what can be. Belief is powerful because it influences every aspect of your being. It reshapes your thoughts, fuels your emotions, and directs your actions. When you truly believe in the possibility of transformation, you begin to think in ways that align with your desired outcome. Your thoughts become more optimistic and solution-oriented, paving the way for creative ideas and new opportunities. Your emotions shift from fear and frustration to hope and excitement, energizing you to take bold steps forward. Even your body responds to belief, radiating confidence and attracting positive interactions. It's important to understand that belief is not about ignoring reality, but about reinterpreting it. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, view them as stepping stones. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you can create. This shift in perspective is crucial because your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. As you cultivate belief, the energy of transformation begins to ripple outward, reshaping circumstances to align with your vision. Belief requires persistence. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when the progress seems slow, or when setbacks make you question your path. These are the moments that test the strength of your conviction. Instead of succumbing to doubt, use it as an opportunity to reaffirm your faith. Remind yourself of why you began this journey and the vision that inspired you. Revisit the emotions of success and fulfillment as though they are already yours. Each time you choose belief over doubt, you strengthen the foundation of your transformation. Trusting the power of belief also means letting go of the need to control every detail. Transformation often unfolds in ways that are unpredictable and beyond your comprehension. Have faith that as you hold your vision and act in alignment with it, the universe will conspire to bring it into being. This does not mean sitting back and waiting, but actively participating in the process, knowing that the how is not your concern. Your role is to stay rooted in belief and take inspired action, trusting that the results will unfold in perfect timing. The power of belief extends beyond individual transformation. It influences the energy you project into the world. When you believe in your potential, others begin to see it too. Your conviction inspires and uplifts, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your personal life. This interconnectedness is a testament to the profound impact of belief, not only on your life but on those around you. Gratitude is a transformative force that accelerates renewal, bridging the lessons of the past with the possibilities of the future. It is not simply a response to what is already present, it is an active state of being that aligns you with the life you desire. To reset your life and invite new experiences, cultivate gratitude not only for what has been but also for what is yet to come. In doing so, you create a powerful energy that magnetizes the life you seek. The first step in practicing gratitude is acknowledging the lessons of the past. Often we view our struggles and challenges with regret or resentment, wishing they had unfolded differently. However, every experience, no matter how painful, carries within it the seed of growth and wisdom. Reflect on the moments that tested you, the decisions that shaped you, and the paths that led you to where you are now. Instead of lamenting what could have been, express gratitude for the strength, insight, and resilience these experiences have given you. They are the foundation upon which your renewal is built. Gratitude for the past is not about glorifying difficulties, but recognizing their role in your evolution. It allows you to release the weight of regret and bitterness, freeing yourself to move forward with clarity and purpose. By appreciating the journey you've traveled, you honor the person you have become and set the stage for the transformation you seek. Equally important is cultivating gratitude for the future unfolding. This requires a shift in perspective, seeing the future not as uncertain or threatening, but as an open canvas filled with infinite possibilities. When you express gratitude for what is yet to manifest, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and expectation. This is not wishful thinking, but a profound act of faith that bridges the present moment with the reality you are creating. Visualize the life you desire and feel gratitude as though it were already yours. Imagine the joy, peace, and fulfillment that come with living this new reality. Let this gratitude fill your heart, radiating outward into every aspect of your being. This practice is a powerful signal to the universe, affirming your readiness to receive and experience the transformation you seek. Gratitude acts as a magnet, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your vision. Living in gratitude also shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Instead of dwelling on what you don't have or what isn't working, you begin to see the blessings already present in your life. This shift in mindset creates a ripple effect, amplifying positive emotions and attracting more of what you appreciate. Gratitude becomes a self-perpetuating cycle, where the more you give thanks, the more you find to be thankful for. To integrate gratitude into your life, start with simple daily practices. Begin each morning by reflecting on 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. It could be the warmth of the sun, the sound of a loved one's voice, or the breath that sustains you. At the end of the day, take a moment to review the events that unfolded, giving thanks for the lessons, connections, and experiences that enriched your day. These practices, though seemingly small, build a foundation of gratitude that permeates your entire being. Gratitude also requires presence. Often we become so focused on the past or future that we overlook the blessings of the present moment. Pause throughout your day to notice and appreciate the beauty around you: a blooming flower, a kind gesture, or the rhythm of your heartbeat. These moments of presence anchor you in gratitude, reminding you of the abundance that already exists in your life. Gratitude is not only a personal practice but a way to deepen your connection with others. Expressing appreciation to the people in your life strengthens relationships and fosters a sense of belonging. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you or a simple acknowledgement of someone's effort, these acts of gratitude create a positive exchange of energy that benefits both giver and receiver. As you embrace gratitude, you will notice a profound shift in your perspective and experiences. Challenges become opportunities for growth, setbacks reveal hidden blessings, and life unfolds with a sense of wonder and possibility. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you wish to be, a reminder that renewal is always within reach. In resetting your life, let gratitude be your guide. Appreciate the lessons that have shaped you, give thanks for the blessings already present, and hold gratitude for the future you are creating. This practice will not only accelerate your renewal but transform the way you see and experience life. Gratitude is the key to unlocking the fullness of your potential and stepping into the abundant, renewed life that awaits you. In the journey to reset your life, the power lies within you. Each principle we explored: redefining your inner world, releasing what no longer serves you, aligning with your desired self, silencing external noise, trusting in belief, and embracing gratitude forms a roadmap to transformation. By committing to these practices, you reclaim your power, create space for renewal, and step confidently into a future shaped by your deepest desires. The reset you seek does not come from external circumstances, but from a shift within. As you embrace these truths, life will naturally reorganize itself to reflect the new, empowered version of you. Trust the process, hold faith in unseen possibilities, and carry gratitude as your compass. In doing so, you align yourself with the boundless potential of creation. Thank you for embarking on this journey of renewal and self-discovery. The life you desire is already within your reach. Step forward and claim it.